Picture this: you wake up to the sound of your alarm, already feeling the weight of the day pressing down on you. Emails pile up, deadlines loom, and your to-do list seems endless. You rush through breakfast, barely tasting your food, and by the time you're out the door, your mind is racing with 100 thoughts at once. Sound familiar? This is the reality for so many of us, a life filled with stress, chaos, and the constant feeling of being pulled in every direction. But what if there was a way to find calm in the storm? A way to step back, breathe, and regain control of your inner world. No matter what's happening around you, that's where Stoicism comes in. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy, but its wisdom is more relevant today than ever. It's not about suppressing emotions or ignoring challenges. Instead, it's about learning how to navigate life's ups and downs with clarity, resilience, and inner peace. And the best part, it's not just theory, it's practical. Stoicism gives you tools you can use every single day to transform how you think, feel, and respond to the world around you. In this video, we're diving into 20 powerful Stoic exercises designed to help you cultivate that inner peace. These aren't just abstract ideas, they're actionable steps you can take to bring more calm, focus, and strength into your life. Whether you're dealing with stress at work, conflicts in relationships, or the general chaos of modern life, these exercises will help you stay grounded and centered. So, if you're ready to take control of your inner world and discover how ancient wisdom can solve modern problems, stick around. By the end of this video, you'll have a toolkit of practices to help you face life's challenges with confidence and peace. Let's get started. Now turning to the first Stoic exercise, let's explore the power of morning reflection. Imagine starting your day not with a rush of anxiety, but with a moment of calm and clarity. This is exactly what the Stoics practiced, a deliberate pause to set the tone for the day ahead. The morning reflection is about taking just a few minutes to center yourself, to think intentionally about what's coming, and to prepare your mind to face it with strength and virtue. Here's how it works. As you wake up, before the distractions of the day take over, ask yourself two simple but powerful questions. First, what challenges might I face today? This isn't about dwelling on problems, but about anticipating them so you're not caught off guard. Maybe it's a tough meeting at work, a difficult conversation with a loved one, or even just the stress of a packed schedule. By naming these challenges, you take away their power to surprise you. The second question is even more important. How can I respond with virtue? This is where Stoicism shines. It's not about avoiding challenges or pretending they don't exist. It's about deciding in advance how you'll handle them with wisdom, courage, and self-control. For example, if you know you'll face criticism at work, you can choose to respond with patience and understanding rather than defensiveness. If you're dreading a busy day, you can remind yourself to focus on what's within your control and let go of the rest. This practice isn't just theoretical, it's incredibly practical. Think of it as mental preparation, like stretching before a workout. By reflecting on potential challenges and your ideal responses, you're equipping yourself to handle whatever comes your way with grace and resilience. It's a small investment of time that pays off in a big way, helping you start your day with purpose and peace. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for your phone or dive into your to-do list, take just 5 minutes to sit quietly and reflect. Ask yourself those two questions and let the answers guide you. You might be surprised at how much calmer and more focused you feel as you step into the day. This is the essence of Stoicism, not just thinking about life, but living it with intention and strength. With this foundation in place, let's move forward to the next exercise, where we'll explore how to end your day with the same level of reflection and growth. Now shifting our focus to the end of the day, let's explore the second Stoic exercise, the evening review. Just as the morning reflection sets the tone for the day ahead, the evening review helps you close the day with intention and insight. This practice is about taking a few quiet moments before bed to look back on what happened, how you responded, and what you can learn from it. It's not about dwelling on mistakes or beating yourself up. It's about growth, self-awareness, and preparing to do better tomorrow. Here's how to make the most of this practice. Start by asking yourself 3 key questions. First, what did I do well today? This is your chance to celebrate the small victories, no matter how minor they seem. Maybe you handled a difficult conversation with patience, stayed focused during a busy workday, or simply took a moment to breathe when things felt overwhelming. Acknowledging these wins helps build confidence and reinforces positive habits. Next, ask, where did I fall short? This isn't about guilt, it's about honesty. Did you lose your temper when you could have stayed calm? Did you procrastinate instead of tackling an important task? By identifying these moments, you create opportunities for improvement. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Finally, ask, what can I do differently tomorrow? This is where the real magic happens. Use your reflections to set an intention for the next day. Maybe you'll practice more patience, prioritize your time better, or simply remind yourself to focus on what's within your control. This step turns reflection into action, helping you grow day by day. The evening review also helps you process emotions. Life can be messy, and we often carry stress, frustration, or regret into the night. By reflecting on your day, you give yourself a chance to let go of those feelings and approach tomorrow with a clearer mind. It's like tidying up your mental space before you rest. This practice isn't just about self-improvement, it's about self-compassion. Stoicism teaches us to accept our humanity, to recognize that we're all works in progress. The evening review is a reminder that every day is a new opportunity to learn, grow, and become a little more aligned with your values. So tonight, before you drift off to sleep, take just 5 minutes to sit quietly and reflect. Ask yourself those 3 questions and let the answers guide you. Over time, you'll find that this simple habit fosters not only self-awareness but also a deeper sense of peace and purpose. With this practice in mind, let's move forward to the next exercise, where we'll explore one of Stoicism's most powerful tools for reducing anxiety and finding clarity. Now turning to the third Stoic exercise, we delve into one of the most transformative principles of Stoicism, the dichotomy of control. This concept is all about understanding what is within your power and what lies beyond it. At its core, it teaches us to focus our energy on the things we can influence while letting go of what we cannot. This simple yet profound idea has the power to dramatically reduce anxiety and bring a deep sense of peace to your life. Think about it this way: so much of what causes us stress, other people's opinions, the outcomes of events, even the weather, are entirely outside our control. When we try to change or worry about these things, we only end up feeling frustrated and drained. The Stoics remind us that the only things truly within our control are our own thoughts, actions, and responses. By shifting our focus to these areas, we reclaim our power and free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Let's look at a practical example. Imagine you're preparing for an important presentation at work. You've done your best to prepare, but you can't control how your audience will react or whether they'll approve of your ideas. Instead of worrying about their opinions, focus on what you can control: your preparation, your delivery, and your mindset. This shift in perspective not only reduces anxiety, but also allows you to approach the situation with confidence and clarity. Another example is dealing with criticism. It's natural to feel hurt when someone judges or criticizes you, but their opinion is ultimately beyond your control. What you can control is how you respond, whether you let it upset you or choose to see it as an opportunity for growth. By practicing this principle, you'll find that you're less affected by external judgments and more grounded in your own values. The dichotomy of control also applies to larger life events. For instance, you can't control whether it rains on your wedding day or whether a loved one gets sick, but you can control how you adapt to these situations. By accepting what you cannot change and focusing on your response, you cultivate resilience and inner peace. this exercise isn't about giving up or being passive, it's about directing your energy wisely. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you create space for what truly matters: your own growth, your relationships, and your ability to live a meaningful life. As we move forward, keep this principle in mind. It's a tool you can use in any situation, from minor frustrations to major challenges. By practicing the dichotomy of control, you'll find that life becomes less overwhelming and more manageable, one moment at a time. With this foundation in place, let's explore the next exercise, where we'll uncover another powerful Stoic technique for building resilience and gratitude. Now, as we step into the next Stoic exercise, we encounter a practice that might seem counterintuitive at first, but holds immense power for building resilience and gratitude: negative visualization. This technique involves intentionally imagining worst-case scenarios, not to dwell on fear or pessimism, but to prepare ourselves mentally for adversity and to deepen our appreciation for what we already have. At its heart, negative visualization is about confronting the impermanence of life. The Stoics believed that by regularly reflecting on the possibility of losing what we value, whether it's our health, relationships, or possessions, we can cultivate a profound sense of gratitude and reduce our attachment to external things. This exercise doesn't aim to make us anxious or fearful. Rather, it helps us recognize the fragility of life and cherish the present moment. Let's break this down with a practical example. Imagine you're sitting at home, enjoying a quiet evening with your family. Take a moment to visualize what it would feel like if this moment were suddenly taken away, if your loved ones were no longer there, or if your home were lost. While this might feel uncomfortable, it serves as a powerful reminder of how much you value these everyday moments. When you return to the present, you'll likely feel a deeper sense of gratitude for the life you're living right now. Another way to practice negative visualization is to think about your career or personal goals. Picture a scenario where you fail to achieve what you're working toward. How would you respond? What steps would you take to rebuild or adapt? By mentally preparing for setbacks, you're not only building resilience but also reducing the fear of failure. This exercise helps you approach challenges with a calmer, more grounded mindset. To practice negative visualization effectively, follow these steps. First, set aside a few minutes each day for reflection. Choose a specific area of your life, your relationships, health, career, or possessions, and imagine what it would be like to lose it. Focus on the emotions and thoughts that arise, but don't dwell on them. Instead, use this reflection as a reminder to appreciate what you have and to prepare yourself mentally for potential challenges. It's important to approach this exercise with balance. The goal isn't to spiral into negativity or pessimism, but to use these reflections as a tool for growth and gratitude. By regularly practicing negative visualization, you'll find that you're better equipped to handle adversity and more appreciative of the blessings in your life. This Stoic technique is a powerful way to shift your perspective. It reminds us that life is unpredictable and that our time with the people and things we love is finite. By embracing this reality, we can live more fully in the present and approach challenges with greater resilience. As we move forward, keep this exercise in mind. It's a practice that can be applied to any area of your life, helping you build gratitude, resilience, and a deeper appreciation for the here and now. With this foundation, let's explore the next Stoic exercise, where we'll uncover another timeless principle for cultivating inner peace. Now, as we transition to the next Stoic exercise, we encounter a practice that has been a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy for centuries: Memento Mori, which translates to "remember that you must die." At first glance, this might sound morbid or unsettling, but its purpose is deeply empowering. Memento Mori is not about dwelling on death in a fearful way. Rather, it's a tool to help us live more intentionally and appreciate the time we have. The Stoics believed that reflecting on our mortality is one of the most effective ways to gain clarity about what truly matters. When we remind ourselves that life is finite, it becomes easier to let go of trivial worries and focus on what's truly important. This exercise helps us cut through the noise of daily distractions and align our actions with our deepest values. For example, imagine you're caught up in a heated argument with a colleague or feeling overwhelmed by a minor inconvenience. By pausing to reflect on the brevity of life, you might realize that these frustrations are temporary and insignificant in the grand scheme of things. This shift in perspective can help you respond with greater patience, compassion, and focus on what truly matters. Historically, many Stoic philosophers embraced this practice. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic thinker, often wrote about the importance of remembering death in his personal journal, Meditations. He used Memento Mori as a way to stay grounded and avoid becoming consumed by the distractions of power and wealth. Similarly, Seneca, another prominent Stoic, encouraged his followers to reflect on mortality as a means of living more fully and authentically. To practice Memento Mori, start by setting aside a few moments each day to reflect on the impermanence of life. You might visualize your own mortality or think about the legacy you want to leave behind. Ask yourself questions like, if today were my last day, would I be proud of how I spent it? Or what would I regret not doing if my time were limited? These reflections can help you prioritize your actions and make choices that align with your values. It's important to approach this exercise with a sense of purpose, not fear. The goal isn't to dwell on the inevitability of death, but to use it as a catalyst for living more meaningfully. By regularly practicing Memento Mori, you'll find that you're less likely to waste time on things that don't truly matter and more likely to take meaningful action toward your goals and relationships. This Stoic practice is a powerful reminder that life is a gift and every moment is an opportunity to live with intention. It encourages us to let go of petty concerns, embrace our priorities, and make the most of the time we have. As we move forward, let's carry this perspective with us. Memento Mori isn't just a philosophical concept, it's a practical tool for cultivating inner peace and living a life of purpose. With this in mind, let's explore the next Stoic exercise, where we'll uncover another timeless principle for finding peace in the face of life's uncertainties. Now, as we step into the next Stoic exercise, we encounter a profound yet simple idea, amor fati, which means love of fate. This concept invites us to embrace everything that happens in our lives, not just the good moments, but also the challenges and setbacks. Amor fati is about accepting reality as it is, without resistance or resentment, and finding peace in the belief that every experience, whether pleasant or difficult, has a purpose. At its core, amor fati teaches us to stop fighting against what we cannot change. Instead of wishing things were different, we learn to see every event as an opportunity for growth and learning. This mindset doesn't mean we passively accept injustice or avoid taking action when necessary. Rather, it's about recognizing that some things are beyond our control and choosing to respond with grace and resilience. For example, imagine you've worked hard on a project only to have it fall apart due to circumstances outside your control. Instead of feeling defeated or angry, amor fati encourages you to ask, what can I learn from this? How can I grow stronger because of it? By shifting your perspective, you transform disappointment into a chance to build resilience and adaptability. Another way to apply amor fati is during unexpected changes, like a sudden job loss or a relationship ending. These moments can feel overwhelming, but by practicing amor fati, you can focus on the opportunities they bring. Perhaps losing a job leads you to discover a new passion or career path. Maybe the end of a relationship opens the door to deeper self-discovery and personal growth. Amor fati helps us see that even the most challenging events can lead to positive outcomes if we approach them with an open heart and mind. The Stoics believed that loving fate is one of the most powerful ways to achieve inner peace. When we stop resisting reality and start embracing it, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Amor Fati reminds us that life is a series of events, some within our control and many beyond it. By accepting this truth, we can navigate life's ups and downs with greater calm and clarity. To practice Amor Fati, begin by reflecting on recent events in your life, both positive and negative. Ask yourself, how can I accept this situation as it is? What can I learn from it? Over time, this practice will help you develop a deeper sense of gratitude for all experiences, knowing that each one contributes to your growth and understanding. Amor Fati is more than just a Stoic exercise, it's a way of life. It teaches us to find beauty in the unexpected, strength in adversity, and peace in acceptance. By embracing this mindset, we can transform our relationship with reality and cultivate a profound sense of inner peace. As we move forward, let's carry this lesson with us. Amor Fati reminds us that life's challenges are not obstacles but opportunities to grow, learn, and thrive. With this perspective, let's explore the next Stoic exercise, where we'll uncover another timeless principle for finding peace in the face of life's uncertainties. Now, as we shift our focus to the next Stoic exercise, we come to a practice that invites us to step back and see the bigger picture. This exercise, known as the view from above, encourages us to imagine ourselves from a cosmic perspective, as if we were looking down at our lives from a great distance. It's a powerful tool for gaining clarity, humility, and a deeper understanding of our place in the world. The view from above helps us recognize how small our daily worries and struggles are in the grand scheme of things. When we take a moment to visualize ourselves from this elevated viewpoint, we begin to see that many of the things we stress over, like disagreements, setbacks, or minor inconveniences, are fleeting and insignificant in the larger context of the universe. This perspective can be incredibly freeing, helping us let go of ego, reduce stress, and focus on what truly matters. To practice this exercise, start by finding a quiet space where you can sit or lie down comfortably. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to relax. Now, imagine yourself rising above your current surroundings, higher and higher, until you can see your entire neighborhood, then your city, and eventually the entire planet. Picture the Earth as a small, fragile sphere floating in the vastness of space. As you continue to rise, notice how tiny and interconnected everything appears. The boundaries and divisions we create between countries, cultures, or even individuals begin to fade away. From this perspective, you can see that all of humanity shares the same planet, the same struggles, and the same hopes. This realization can foster a sense of humility and compassion, reminding us that we are all part of something much larger than ourselves. Now, bring your focus back to your own life. From this cosmic viewpoint, reflect on the challenges or worries that have been weighing on you. Ask yourself, how important will this be in a week, a year, or a decade? How does it fit into the bigger picture of my life and the world around me? Often, you'll find that what once seemed overwhelming now feels manageable or even trivial. The view from above is not about dismissing your problems or emotions. Instead, it's about gaining a sense of perspective that allows you to approach them with greater calm and clarity. By regularly practicing this exercise, you can train your mind to detach from unnecessary stress and focus on what truly matters: your values, your relationships, and your growth as a person. This Stoic practice reminds us that life is both vast and fleeting. It encourages us to live with intention, to cherish the moments that matter, and to let go of the things that don't. As we move forward, let's carry this perspective with us, using it as a tool to navigate life's challenges with grace and wisdom. With this newfound clarity, let's now turn our attention to the next Stoic exercise, where we'll explore another timeless principle for cultivating inner peace and resilience. Now, as we step into the next Stoic exercise, we explore a practice that has been a cornerstone of self-reflection for centuries: journaling. Journaling is more than just writing down your thoughts. It's a powerful tool for gaining clarity, processing emotions, and aligning your actions with Stoic principles. By putting pen to paper, you create a space to untangle your mind, reflect on your experiences, and cultivate a deeper understanding of yourself and your place in the world. Stoic journaling is not about simply recording events or venting frustrations. It's a deliberate practice of self-examination designed to help you identify patterns in your thoughts and behaviors. When you write down your feelings, you give yourself the opportunity to step back and observe them objectively. This process allows you to see which emotions are rooted in reason and which are driven by impulses or external circumstances. Over time, this clarity can help you respond to challenges with greater wisdom and composure. To begin your Stoic journaling practice, set aside a few minutes each day, preferably in the morning or evening, when you can reflect without distractions. Start by asking yourself a few guiding questions such as, what am I grateful for today? Or, what challenges did I face and how did I respond to them? These prompts encourage you to focus on what truly matters and to evaluate your actions through the lens of Stoic virtues like wisdom, courage, and temperance. Another effective prompt is, what is within my control and what is not? This question helps you distinguish between the things you can influence and the things you must accept. By regularly reflecting on this, you train your mind to focus your energy on what you can change, rather than wasting it on what you cannot. You might also ask, how can I improve tomorrow? This forward-looking question encourages you to identify areas for growth and set intentions for the day ahead. It's not about dwelling on mistakes, but about learning from them and striving to act with greater virtue in the future. Journaling also provides a space to practice gratitude, a key Stoic principle. Take a moment to write down 3 things you're thankful for each day. This simple exercise shifts your focus away from what's lacking in your life and toward the abundance that already exists. Over time, this habit can foster a sense of contentment and peace, even in the face of adversity. The beauty of Stoic journaling lies in its simplicity and flexibility. You don't need to write pages and pages. Just a few thoughtful sentences can make a profound difference. The goal is not perfection but progress. By consistently engaging in this practice, you create a habit of self-awareness and intentionality that can transform how you navigate life's challenges. As we move forward, let's carry this practice with us, using it as a tool to deepen our understanding of Stoic principles and to cultivate a life of clarity, purpose, and inner peace. Now, as we shift our focus to the next Stoic exercise, we turn our attention to a practice that has the power to transform our perspective and bring us closer to inner peace, gratitude. Stoicism teaches us that gratitude is not just a fleeting feeling but a deliberate practice, one that helps us cultivate contentment and shift our focus away from negativity. By recognizing and appreciating what we have, we train our minds to see the abundance in our lives, even in the face of challenges. Gratitude in the Stoic sense is about more than just saying thank you. It's a mindset, a way of seeing the world that reminds us of the good that exists, even when things feel difficult. When we practice gratitude, we acknowledge the things we often take for granted: our health, our relationships, the beauty of nature, or even the simple pleasures of a quiet moment. This practice helps us break free from the cycle of wanting more and instead find peace in what we already have. One of the simplest ways to incorporate gratitude into your daily life is by listing 3 things you're thankful for each day. This exercise doesn't require much time or effort, but its impact can be profound. By taking a few moments to reflect on what brings you joy or comfort, you create a mental shift. Instead of dwelling on what's missing or what's gone wrong, you begin to notice the small, positive details that often go unnoticed. For example, you might write, "I'm grateful for the support of a friend. I'm thankful for the warmth of the sun on my face," or "I appreciate the opportunity to learn something new today." These reflections don't have to be grand or life-changing, they just need to be genuine. Over time, this habit rewires your brain to focus on the good, even in challenging times. Stoicism also encourages us to practice gratitude for the challenges we face. This might sound counterintuitive, but it's rooted in the idea that every experience, even the difficult ones, offers an opportunity for growth. When we're grateful for the lessons learned through adversity, we transform obstacles into stepping stones. For instance, you might reflect, "I'm thankful for the patience I've developed through this difficult situation," or "I appreciate the strength I've gained from overcoming this challenge." The beauty of practicing gratitude is that it's accessible to everyone, no matter where you are in life. You don't need special tools or resources, just a willingness to pause and reflect. Whether you write in a journal, share your thoughts with a loved one, or simply take a moment to silently acknowledge what you're grateful for, the act itself is what matters. As we continue our journey through these Stoic exercises, let gratitude be a guiding light. By making it a daily practice, you'll find that it not only brings you closer to inner peace, but also helps you navigate life's ups and downs with a sense of calm and resilience. And with that, we move forward, ready to explore the next step in our pursuit of a Stoic life. Now, as we step into the next Stoic practice, we explore a powerful tool for maintaining inner peace in the face of life's challenges, the discipline of assent. This exercise is all about mastering the space between what happens to us and how we choose to respond. In Stoic philosophy, our emotions and reactions are not automatic. They are shaped by our judgments and interpretations. The discipline of assent teaches us to pause, reflect, and consciously decide how we will respond to the impressions that arise in our minds. Imagine this: someone cuts you off in traffic, or a colleague makes a critical comment. Your first instinct might be to react with anger or frustration, but the discipline of assent invites us to take a step back. Instead of immediately accepting the impression that this situation is bad or unfair, we pause and ask ourselves, is this truly within my control? Does this deserve my emotional energy? By creating this moment of reflection, we gain the power to respond with clarity and purpose, rather than being swept away by impulsive emotions. This practice is especially valuable in heated moments or stressful situations. For example, if you're in a disagreement with a loved one, the discipline of assent encourages you to take a deep breath and consider your response. Instead of reacting defensively, you might choose to listen carefully, acknowledge their perspective, and respond with kindness. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means choosing how to express them in a way that aligns with your values and promotes understanding. Another way to apply this exercise is in moments of self-doubt or anxiety. When a negative thought arises, such as "I'm not good enough," the discipline of assent teaches us to question that thought. Is it true? Is it helpful? By challenging these impressions, we can replace them with more constructive and empowering beliefs. Over time, this practice helps us build emotional resilience and maintain a sense of calm, even in the face of adversity. The beauty of the discipline of assent lies in its simplicity. It doesn't require any special tools or conditions, just a willingness to pause and reflect. Whether you're dealing with a minor annoyance or a major setback, this exercise empowers you to take control of your reactions and respond in a way that aligns with your Stoic principles. By practicing this discipline regularly, you'll find that you're less likely to be overwhelmed by emotions and more capable of navigating life's challenges with grace and wisdom. As we continue our journey through these Stoic exercises, let the discipline of assent serve as a reminder that we have the power to shape our responses, even when we can't control the circumstances around us. With this tool in hand, we move forward, ready to embrace the next step in our pursuit of inner peace. Now, as we shift our focus to the next Stoic exercise, we delve into the discipline of desire. This practice is about aligning our wants and longings with what is virtuous and reasonable, rather than being driven by fleeting or external desires. In Stoicism, desires are not inherently good or bad. It's how we direct them that matters. The discipline of desire teaches us to examine what we truly value and to let go of attachments to outcomes that are beyond our control. Think about it this way: many of us chase after things like wealth, status, or approval, believing they will bring us happiness. But Stoicism reminds us that these external rewards are unpredictable and often outside our influence. When we tie our sense of fulfillment to them, we set ourselves up for disappointment and anxiety. Instead, the discipline of desire encourages us to focus on what we can control: our own thoughts, actions, and character. By doing so, we cultivate a sense of inner peace that isn't dependent on external circumstances. So, how can we apply this in our daily lives? Start by identifying desires that may be leading you astray. For example, do you find yourself constantly seeking validation from others? Or perhaps you're fixated on achieving a specific goal, like a promotion or a certain lifestyle. Take a moment to reflect. Are these desires rooted in virtue and reason, or are they driven by fear, insecurity, or societal pressure? By questioning the source of your desires, you can begin to reframe them in a way that aligns with your core values. One practical step is to practice gratitude for what you already have. When we focus on appreciating the present moment, we naturally reduce our attachment to future outcomes. Another approach is to shift your perspective from "I want this" to "I will act with integrity regardless of the result." This mindset helps you detach from the need for specific outcomes and instead focus on the quality of your efforts. The discipline of desire also invites us to embrace simplicity. Often, our desires are tied to excess: more money, more possessions, more recognition. But Stoicism teaches that true contentment comes from living a life of moderation and purpose. By letting go of unnecessary wants, we free ourselves from the burden of constant striving and create space for inner peace. As we continue to explore these Stoic exercises, let the discipline of desire remind us that our happiness is not found in external achievements, but in the way we choose to live. By aligning our desires with virtue and reason, we can navigate life with greater clarity, resilience, and tranquility. With this practice in mind, we move forward, ready to embrace the next step in our journey toward inner peace. Now, as we step into the next Stoic exercise, we turn our attention to the discipline of action. This practice is all about how we choose to act in the world, not for the sake of rewards or recognition, but because it's the right thing to do. In Stoicism, actions are judged not by their outcomes, but by the intentions and principles behind them. The discipline of action teaches us to act with purpose and integrity, even when no one is watching or when the results are uncertain. Think about it like this: so often we act with an eye toward what will gain, whether it's praise, a promotion, or some other external benefit. But Stoicism challenges us to shift our focus. Instead of asking, "What's in it for me?" we ask, "What is the virtuous thing to do?" This shift in mindset helps us stay grounded in our values, even when the world around us feels chaotic or unpredictable. So, how can we put this into practice? Start by reflecting on your daily interactions. For example, when you're at work, do you contribute to a project because you genuinely care about the team's success? Or are you motivated by the hope of recognition? When you help a friend, are you doing it out of kindness, or are you expecting something in return? The discipline of action invites us to act from a place of sincerity and virtue, rather than seeking external validation. One way to cultivate this mindset is to set small, intentional goals each day. For instance, you might decide to listen more attentively in conversations, not to impress others, but to truly understand and connect. Or you might choose to complete a task with care and diligence, not because it will earn you praise, but because it aligns with your commitment to excellence. These small, purposeful actions build a habit of integrity over time. Another key aspect of the discipline of action is accepting that outcomes are often beyond our control. You might put your best effort into a project only to see it overlooked, or you might extend kindness to someone only to have it go unappreciated. Stoicism reminds us that this is okay. What matters is not the result, but the quality of your effort and the principles guiding your actions. By letting go of the need for specific outcomes, you free yourself from disappointment and find peace in knowing you acted with integrity. This exercise also encourages us to align our actions with the greater good. Stoicism teaches that we are part of a larger community, and our actions should contribute to its well-being. Whether it's volunteering, supporting a colleague, or simply being kind to a stranger, these actions reflect a commitment to virtue and purpose. When we act with this mindset, we not only strengthen our own character, but also create a positive ripple effect in the world around us. As we continue to explore these Stoic practices, let the discipline of action remind us that true fulfillment comes from living in alignment with our values. By acting with purpose and integrity, we cultivate a sense of inner peace that isn't swayed by external rewards or setbacks. With this principle in mind, we move forward, ready to embrace the next step in our journey toward a more grounded and meaningful life. Now, as we shift our focus to the next Stoic exercise, we come to a practice that is both simple and profoundly transformative: the Stoic pause. This exercise is about creating a moment of stillness in the midst of life's chaos, giving yourself the space to breathe and reflect before reacting. It's a tool that can help you navigate challenging situations with clarity and composure, rather than being swept away by emotions. Imagine this: you're in a heated conversation and frustration starts to bubble up. Your instinct might be to respond immediately, perhaps with anger or defensiveness, but the Stoic pause invites you to take a step back. Instead of reacting impulsively, you pause just for a moment to gather your thoughts and choose your response. This small act of restraint can make all the difference, allowing you to respond with wisdom rather than emotion. So, how can you incorporate the Stoic pause into your daily life? Let's break it down into a few simple steps. First, when you feel a strong emotion rising, whether it's anger, anxiety, or even excitement, take a deep breath. This physical act of breathing helps to calm your nervous system and creates a mental space for reflection. Next, ask yourself a question: what is the virtuous response here? This shifts your focus from the immediate emotion to the principles that guide your actions. Another key aspect of the Stoic pause is recognizing that you don't have to react right away. In fact, you have the power to choose when and how you respond. This might mean excusing yourself from a conversation for a moment, or simply counting to 10 in your head. The goal is to give yourself the time you need to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. Over time, this practice becomes a habit. You'll find yourself pausing more naturally, even in the heat of the moment. And as you do, you'll notice that your interactions become more intentional and less reactive. You'll start to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to practice patience, wisdom, and self-control. The Stoic pause also helps you to see situations more clearly. When you take a moment to step back, you gain perspective. You might realize that the issue at hand isn't as urgent as it first seemed, or that your initial reaction was based on assumptions rather than facts. This clarity allows you to make decisions that are grounded in reason rather than driven by emotion. Finally, the Stoic pause is a reminder that you are in control of your own mind. No matter what's happening around you, you have the power to choose how you respond. This sense of agency is incredibly empowering. It frees you from the grip of external circumstances and helps you cultivate a deeper sense of inner peace. As we continue to explore these Stoic exercises, let the Stoic pause serve as a reminder that even the smallest moments of reflection can have a profound impact. By taking the time to pause and reflect, you create space for wisdom, clarity, and calm in your life. And with this practice in hand, you're ready to move forward, equipped to face whatever challenges come your way with grace and resilience. Now, as we turn our attention to the next Stoic exercise, we explore a practice that bridges the gap between inner peace and meaningful connections, practicing empathy. At first glance, empathy might seem like a soft skill, but in Stoicism, it's a powerful tool for understanding others and reducing conflict. By stepping into someone else's shoes, you not only foster compassion but also cultivate a deeper sense of inner calm. Stoicism teaches us that much of our suffering comes from our own judgments and reactions. When we fail to understand others, we often create unnecessary tension and conflict. Practicing empathy helps us see beyond our own perspective, allowing us to respond to others with kindness and clarity, even in challenging situations. This doesn't mean agreeing with everyone or abandoning your principles. It simply means seeking to understand before being understood. So, how can you practice empathy in your daily life? Start by actively listening. When someone speaks, focus entirely on their words without planning your response. This simple act of presence can transform a conversation, making the other person feel heard and valued. Next, try to identify the emotions behind their words. Are they speaking from a place of frustration, fear, or insecurity? Recognizing these emotions can help you respond with compassion rather than defensiveness. Another key aspect of practicing empathy is suspending judgment. It's easy to jump to conclusions or assume the worst about someone's intentions, but Stoicism reminds us that we don't always have the full picture. Instead of reacting to your assumptions, ask questions to clarify their perspective. For example, if a colleague seems dismissive, you might ask, "Can you help me understand your thoughts on this?" This opens the door to dialogue rather than conflict. Empathy also involves acknowledging your own biases. We all have blind spots that can cloud our understanding of others. By reflecting on your own reactions and asking yourself, "Why does this bother me?" you can uncover deeper insights about your emotions and motivations. This self-awareness not only helps you empathize with others, but also strengthens your ability to remain calm in difficult conversations. One practical way to build empathy is through the Stoic practice of imagining yourself in another person's situation. For instance, if someone is rude to you, consider what might be happening in their life. Are they under stress, dealing with personal challenges? This exercise doesn't excuse their behavior, but it helps you respond with patience rather than anger. Over time, this habit of perspective-taking can transform your relationships and reduce unnecessary conflict. Finally, practicing empathy doesn't mean neglecting your own needs. Stoicism emphasizes balance, understanding others while staying true to your values. If a conversation becomes too heated, it's okay to take a step back and revisit it later. This allows both parties to approach the discussion with a clearer mind and a more open heart. As you integrate empathy into your daily life, you'll notice a shift in how you relate to others. Conflicts become opportunities for connection, and misunderstandings give way to deeper understanding. This exercise not only strengthens your relationships but also nurtures your own inner peace, reminding you that compassion is a cornerstone of a virtuous life. With empathy as your guide, you're better equipped to navigate the complexities of human interaction. And as we move forward, this practice will serve as a foundation for the next Stoic exercise, helping you build resilience and harmony in every aspect of your life. Now, as we shift our focus to the next Stoic exercise, we delve into a practice that can profoundly transform how we approach life's uncertainties, the art of letting go. In a world where we often cling tightly to outcomes, expectations, and the opinions of others, Stoicism offers a liberating perspective. Letting go isn't about giving up, it's about freeing yourself from the weight of what you cannot control, allowing you to focus your energy on what truly matters. At the heart of this practice is the Stoic principle of the dichotomy of control, which we've touched on earlier. The idea is simple yet powerful. Some things are within our control, like our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, while others, such as external events, other people's opinions, or the outcomes of our efforts, are not. When we attach our happiness or self-worth to things outside our control, we set ourselves up for frustration and stress. The art of letting go is about recognizing this distinction and choosing to release our grip on the uncontrollable. So, how can you start practicing this in your daily life? Begin by identifying areas where you feel overly attached. For example, do you find yourself constantly seeking approval from others? Or do you stress over whether a project at work will succeed or fail? These are signs that you're tying your peace of mind to external outcomes. The Stoic approach is to remind yourself that while you can influence these situations, you cannot fully control them. Instead, focus on what you can control: your effort, your attitude, and your response. A practical way to practice letting go is through the Stoic exercise of premeditation. Imagine the worst-case scenario in a situation you're worried about. For instance, if you're anxious about a presentation, visualize it going poorly. Then ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Often, you'll realize that even the worst outcome is manageable. This exercise helps you detach from fear and approach the situation with calmness and clarity. Another example is letting go of the need for external validation. Many of us seek approval from others to feel worthy or successful, but Stoicism teaches that true worth comes from within, from living in alignment with your values and virtues. When you catch yourself craving validation, pause and ask, why does this matter to me? Reflect on whether your actions are driven by a desire to impress others or by your own principles. This shift in focus can help you release the need for external approval and find confidence in your own choices. Letting go also applies to relationships. Have you ever held onto resentment or anger because someone didn't meet your expectations? Stoicism encourages us to accept others as they are, recognizing that we cannot control their actions or attitudes. Instead of dwelling on what they should have done, focus on how you can respond with kindness and understanding. This doesn't mean tolerating harmful behavior, but it does mean freeing yourself from the emotional burden of unmet expectations. One of the most powerful aspects of letting go is the freedom it brings. When you stop clinging to outcomes, you open yourself to new possibilities and experiences. For example, if you're applying for a job, you can put your best effort into the application and interview process, but you can't control the final decision. By letting go of the outcome, you free yourself from anxiety and can approach the situation with a sense of peace, knowing you've done your part. As you practice the art of letting go, you'll notice a shift in how you experience life. Challenges become opportunities for growth rather than sources of stress. Relationships become more authentic as you release the need to control or change others. And most importantly, you'll find a deeper sense of inner peace, knowing that your happiness isn't tied to external circumstances. With this practice, you're not only freeing yourself from unnecessary burdens, but also creating space for what truly matters: your values, your growth, and your ability to live a virtuous life. And as we move forward, this foundation of letting go will prepare you for the next Stoic exercise, helping you build resilience and clarity in every aspect of your journey. Now, as we step into the next Stoic exercise, we explore a virtue that serves as a guiding light for living a balanced and harmonious life: the virtue of temperance. In a world that often glorifies excess, whether it's in our consumption, our ambitions, or even our emotions, temperance offers a refreshing counterbalance. It's about finding the middle ground where neither too much nor too little defines our actions, but rather a sense of moderation that aligns with reason and virtue. At its core, temperance is about self-control. It's the ability to resist the pull of immediate gratification and instead choose actions that serve our long-term well-being. The Stoics believed that excess in any form, whether it's overindulgence in food, drink, or even emotions like anger, distracts us from living a virtuous life. Temperance, then, is not about deprivation but about cultivating a sense of balance that allows us to focus on what truly matters. So, how does temperance promote inner peace? When we practice moderation, we free ourselves from the chaos that comes with excess. Think about it. overindulging in food or drink might bring momentary pleasure, but it often leads to discomfort, guilt, or even harm. Similarly, unchecked emotions like anger or envy can cloud our judgment and create unnecessary turmoil. Temperance helps us avoid these extremes, creating a sense of calm and clarity that allows us to navigate life with purpose and poise. One practical way to practice temperance is by setting intentional boundaries. For example, if you find yourself reaching for your phone every few minutes, consider setting specific times for checking it. This small act of self-discipline not only reduces distractions but also helps you regain control over your time and attention. Similarly, if you tend to overeat, try eating mindfully, savoring each bite, and stopping when you feel satisfied rather than full. These simple practices can help you build a habit of moderation in everyday life. Another way to cultivate temperance is by reflecting on your desires. The Stoics taught that many of our cravings, whether for material possessions, status, or even approval, are rooted in external validation rather than genuine need. When you feel the urge to indulge, pause and ask yourself, is this truly necessary or am I seeking something fleeting? This moment of reflection can help you align your actions with your values rather than being driven by impulse. Temperance also applies to how we manage our emotions. For instance, when faced with a frustrating situation, it's easy to react impulsively with anger or frustration. But temperance encourages us to pause, take a deep breath, and respond with reason rather than emotion. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but rather channeling them in a way that serves your long-term well-being. By practicing emotional moderation, you can maintain your inner peace even in challenging moments. One of the most profound aspects of temperance is its ability to simplify our lives. When we let go of excess, whether it's material possessions, unhealthy habits, or unnecessary commitments, we create space for what truly matters. This simplicity allows us to focus on our relationships, our growth, and our ability to live virtuously. It's a reminder that true fulfillment doesn't come from having more but from being more present, more intentional, and more aligned with our values. As you incorporate temperance into your daily life, you'll notice a shift in how you experience the world. Challenges become more manageable, relationships become more meaningful, and your sense of inner peace deepens. By embracing moderation, you're not only avoiding the pitfalls of excess, but also creating a foundation for a life of balance, clarity, and virtue. With this practice, you're taking a significant step toward living a Stoic life, one where reason guides your actions and moderation brings you closer to inner peace. And as we move forward, this foundation of temperance will prepare you for the next Stoic exercise, helping you build resilience and wisdom in every aspect of your journey. Now, as we shift our focus to the next Stoic exercise, we turn to a virtue that has the power to transform how we face life's challenges, the virtue of courage. In Stoicism, courage isn't just about physical bravery or grand acts of heroism. It's about the quiet, everyday strength to confront our fears, stand by our principles, and take action even when it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. This kind of courage is essential for building resilience and inner strength, helping us navigate life's ups and downs with grace and determination. At its heart, Stoic courage is about facing what we cannot control with a calm and steady mind. It's the willingness to step into the unknown, to embrace discomfort, and to act in alignment with our values, even when the outcome is uncertain. The Stoics believed that true courage isn't the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward despite it. By practicing courage, we not only grow stronger, but also cultivate a sense of inner peace, knowing that we've done what's right, regardless of the outcome. So, how can we practice courage in our daily lives? One way is by speaking up when it matters. Whether it's voicing an unpopular opinion, standing up for someone who's being treated unfairly, or simply asking for what you need, these small acts of bravery can have a profound impact. For example, imagine you're in a meeting where a decision is being made that goes against your values. It might feel easier to stay silent, but summoning the courage to speak up, even if your voice shakes, can lead to meaningful change and reinforce your integrity. Another way to practice courage is by taking calculated risks. This doesn't mean being reckless or impulsive, but rather stepping outside your comfort zone to pursue growth and opportunity. Maybe it's applying for a job you're not sure you're qualified for, starting a new hobby that challenges you, or having a difficult conversation with a loved one. These moments of courage, though small, build resilience over time, teaching us that we're capable of more than we often give ourselves credit for. Courage also plays a crucial role in how we handle failure and setbacks. The Stoics taught that adversity is an inevitable part of life, but it's also an opportunity to practice courage. When things don't go as planned, instead of giving in to fear or self-doubt, we can choose to face the situation head-on. This might mean learning from our mistakes, trying again after a failure, or simply accepting what we cannot change with grace and dignity. By doing so, we not only build resilience but also deepen our sense of inner peace. One of the most powerful aspects of Stoic courage is its ability to help us confront our fears. Fear often holds us back, whether it's fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown. But courage allows us to acknowledge these fears without letting them dictate our actions. For instance, if you're afraid of public speaking, volunteering to give a presentation at work can be an act of courage. Each time you face a fear, you chip away at its power, making it easier to handle similar challenges in the future. Courage also extends to how we approach change. Life is full of transitions, some planned, others unexpected. Whether it's moving to a new city, starting a new chapter in your career, or adapting to a major life event, courage helps us embrace these changes with an open mind and a steady heart. Instead of resisting or fearing the unknown, we can choose to see change as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. As you practice courage in your daily life, you'll notice a shift in how you approach challenges. What once felt overwhelming may now feel manageable. What once seemed impossible may now feel within reach. Courage doesn't eliminate fear or difficulty, but it gives us the strength to move forward despite them. And in doing so, it brings us closer to the Stoic ideal of living a life of virtue, resilience, and inner peace. With this exercise, you're not only building courage, but also laying the groundwork for the next Stoic practice, where we'll explore how wisdom guides us in making thoughtful decisions and navigating life's uncertainties. Each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to a life of balance, clarity, and purpose. Now, as we turn our attention to the next Stoic exercise, we delve into the virtue of wisdom. In Stoicism, wisdom is more than just knowledge or intelligence. It's about understanding the deeper nature of life and using that understanding to make thoughtful, deliberate decisions. It's the ability to see things as they truly are, free from the distortions of emotion or bias, and to act in alignment with what is good and true. This kind of wisdom is a cornerstone of inner peace, helping us navigate life's uncertainties with clarity and confidence. At its core, Stoic wisdom is about recognizing what is within our control and what is not. It's about understanding that while we can't always control external events, we can always control how we respond to them. This perspective allows us to approach challenges with a calm and steady mind, knowing that our power lies in our choices and actions. By cultivating wisdom, we learn to let go of what we cannot change and focus our energy on what truly matters. So, how can we practice wisdom in our daily lives? One way is through reflection. Taking time each day to pause and reflect on our experiences, decisions, and emotions helps us gain insight into ourselves and the world around us. This could be as simple as asking yourself questions like, "What did I learn today?" Or, "How could I have handled that situation differently?" By regularly engaging in this kind of self-examination, we deepen our understanding and grow wiser over time. Another way to cultivate wisdom is through learning. The Stoics believed that wisdom comes from a lifelong commitment to growth and education. This doesn't necessarily mean formal schooling. It could be reading books, listening to podcasts, or engaging in meaningful conversations with others. The key is to remain curious and open-minded, always seeking to expand your perspective and deepen your understanding of the world. For example, reading the works of ancient Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius or Seneca can provide timeless insights into how to live a virtuous and fulfilling life. Wisdom also involves learning from our mistakes. Instead of viewing failures as setbacks, we can see them as opportunities for growth. When something goes wrong, take a moment to reflect on what happened and what you can learn from it. Ask yourself, what did this experience teach me? Or how can I approach this differently next time? By embracing this mindset, we transform challenges into valuable lessons that contribute to our overall wisdom. Another important aspect of Stoic wisdom is the ability to see the bigger picture. Life is full of ups and downs, and it's easy to get caught up in the moment. But wisdom reminds us to step back and consider the broader context. For instance, when faced with a difficult situation, ask yourself, will this matter in a week, a month, or a year? This exercise helps us gain perspective and avoid overreacting to temporary setbacks. It also allows us to focus on what truly matters, rather than getting bogged down by trivial concerns. Wisdom also guides us in making thoughtful decisions. When faced with a choice, take a moment to consider the potential consequences and whether your decision aligns with your values. Ask yourself, is this action in line with what I believe to be good and true? By approaching decisions with this level of thoughtfulness, we ensure that our actions are guided by wisdom rather than impulse or emotion. As you practice wisdom in your daily life, you'll notice a shift in how you approach challenges and uncertainties. What once felt overwhelming may now feel manageable as you learn to navigate life with clarity and purpose. Wisdom doesn't eliminate difficulties, but it gives us the tools to face them with confidence and grace. And in doing so, it brings us closer to the Stoic ideal of living a life of virtue, resilience, and inner peace. With this exercise, you're not only cultivating wisdom but also preparing for the next Stoic practice, where we'll explore how justice, treating others with fairness and kindness, fosters harmony and inner peace. Each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to a life of balance, clarity, and purpose. Now, as we shift our focus to the next Stoic exercise, we come to the virtue of justice. In Stoicism, justice isn't just about laws or systems, it's about how we treat others in our everyday lives. It's the practice of fairness, kindness, and respect, ensuring that our actions align with what is morally right. This virtue is essential for creating harmony in our relationships and fostering inner peace, as it reminds us to act with integrity and compassion in all that we do. At its heart, Stoic justice is about recognizing the inherent worth of every person. It's about seeing others not as obstacles or tools, but as individuals with their own struggles, dreams, and dignity. When we approach our interactions with this mindset, we naturally act with fairness and kindness, even in challenging situations. This doesn't mean we have to agree with everyone or avoid conflict. It means we strive to treat others with respect and understanding, no matter the circumstances. So how can we practice justice in our daily lives? One way is through active listening. When someone speaks, give them your full attention. Avoid interrupting or jumping to conclusions. Instead, try to understand their perspective, even if it differs from your own. This simple act of listening can transform conflicts into opportunities for connection and mutual respect. For example, if a coworker expresses frustration, take a moment to truly hear them out before responding. This not only shows kindness but also helps build trust and cooperation. Another way to practice justice is by being fair in your judgments. It's easy to make assumptions or let biases cloud our perceptions, but Stoicism encourages us to pause and reflect before forming opinions. Ask yourself, am I being fair in how I view this person or situation? Or, am I considering all the facts before making a decision? By striving for fairness, we avoid unnecessary misunderstandings and create a more balanced approach to our interactions. Justice also involves standing up for what is right, even when it's difficult. This could mean speaking out against injustice, supporting someone who is being treated unfairly, or simply holding yourself accountable for your actions. For instance, if you notice a friend being excluded from a group, take the initiative to include them. Small acts of courage like these not only uphold justice, but also strengthen your sense of integrity and purpose. Practicing justice also means being kind, even when it's not required. Kindness is a powerful way to align your actions with moral values and create a positive impact on those around you. It could be as simple as offering a genuine compliment, helping someone in need, or showing patience when things don't go as planned. These small gestures of kindness ripple outward, fostering a sense of connection and goodwill that benefits everyone involved. Another important aspect of Stoic justice is forgiveness. Holding on to grudges or resentment only harms us in the long run. Instead, try to let go of past wrongs and focus on moving forward with compassion. This doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior. It means choosing to release the emotional burden of anger and bitterness. By practicing forgiveness, we free ourselves from negativity and create space for peace and understanding. As you incorporate justice into your daily life, you'll notice a shift in how you relate to others and yourself. Relationships become more harmonious, conflicts feel more manageable, and your actions align more closely with your values. Justice doesn't eliminate challenges, but it gives us the tools to navigate them with fairness, kindness, and integrity. And in doing so, it brings us closer to the Stoic ideal of living a life of virtue, balance, and inner peace. With this exercise, you're not only cultivating justice, but also preparing for the final Stoic practice, where we'll explore the concept of the Stoic sage, an ideal to strive for, embodying all the virtues we've discussed. Each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to a life of clarity, purpose, and harmony. Now, as we step into the final Stoic exercise, we arrive at the concept of the Stoic sage, a guiding ideal that embodies all the virtues we've explored so far. The Stoic sage represents the highest expression of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, serving as a model for how we can live a life of purpose, balance, and inner peace. While no one is perfect, the sage reminds us that the journey of self-improvement is what truly matters. It's not about achieving perfection, but about striving to align our actions with these timeless principles day by day. The Stoic sage is someone who lives in harmony with nature, accepts life's challenges with grace, and acts with integrity in every situation. They don't let external circumstances dictate their happiness or sense of self-worth. Instead, they focus on what they can control: their thoughts, actions, and responses. This doesn't mean the sage is emotionless or detached. On the contrary, they feel deeply but choose to respond with reason and virtue, rather than being swept away by impulsive reactions. So how can we embody the Stoic sage in our own lives? Start by reflecting on the virtues we've discussed throughout this video. Ask yourself, how can I practice wisdom in my decisions today? Or, where can I show courage in the face of fear? Each day presents opportunities to grow, whether it's through small acts of kindness, moments of self-discipline, or choosing to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. The key is to approach these moments with intention, using the Stoic virtues as your guide. Another way to embody the sage is by embracing the idea of continuous growth. The Stoic sage is always learning, always improving. They see every challenge as a chance to strengthen their character and every setback as a lesson in resilience. This mindset shifts our focus from external achievements to internal development. Instead of asking, "What do I want to accomplish?" we can ask, "Who do I want to become?" This shift in perspective helps us stay grounded and focused on what truly matters. It's also important to remember that embodying the sage is a gradual process. You don't have to master all the virtues overnight. Start small. Maybe today you focus on practicing gratitude or showing kindness to someone in need. Tomorrow, you might work on staying calm in a stressful situation or standing up for what's right. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to living a life aligned with Stoic principles. One powerful way to cultivate the mindset of the sage is through daily reflection. At the end of each day, take a few moments to review your actions and decisions. Ask yourself, did I act with integrity today? Or where could I have done better? This practice not only helps you identify areas for growth, but also reinforces your commitment to living virtuously. Over time, these reflections become a natural part of your routine, guiding you toward greater self-awareness and improvement. Finally, remember that the Stoic sage is not a distant, unattainable ideal. It's a reminder of what we're capable of when we commit to living with purpose and virtue. Every time you choose to act with fairness, face a challenge with courage, or respond to adversity with resilience, you're embodying the sage in your own way. And each time you do, you're not only improving yourself but also contributing to a more harmonious and compassionate world. As we conclude this journey through the 20 Stoic exercises, take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. Each practice we've explored, from morning reflections to the discipline of action, offers a pathway to inner peace and a life of virtue. The Stoic sage is not a destination but a guiding light, reminding us that the pursuit of wisdom and virtue is a lifelong journey. So, as you move forward, carry these principles with you and let them inspire you to live with clarity, purpose, and peace. As we bring this exploration of the 20 Stoic exercises to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've shared. From the morning reflection that sets the tone for your day, to the evening review that helps you grow from your experiences, each exercise offers a practical tool for cultivating inner peace. We've explored how the dichotomy of control can free us from unnecessary stress, how negative visualization builds resilience, and how practices like Memento Mori and Amor Fati help us embrace life's impermanence and unpredictability with grace. We've also delved into the importance of journaling for clarity, the power of gratitude to shift our focus, and the disciplines of assent, desire, and action that guide us toward thoughtful, virtuous living. Through exercises like the Stoic pause, empathy, and letting go, we've learned how to navigate challenges with calm and compassion. And by embodying the virtues of temperance, courage, wisdom, and justice, we've seen how Stoicism can help us live with purpose and integrity. These 20 exercises, when practiced consistently, create a powerful framework for achieving inner peace. They remind us that Stoicism isn't just an ancient philosophy, it's a practical, actionable guide for modern life. It teaches us how to respond to stress, setbacks, and uncertainty with resilience and clarity. It helps us focus on what truly matters, letting go of what we can't control and embracing what we can. Now, it's your turn to take these principles and put them into practice. Start small, choose 1 or 2 exercises that resonate with you and incorporate them into your daily routine. Whether it's a morning reflection, a moment of gratitude, or a pause before reacting, each step you take brings you closer to a life of inner peace and purpose. We'd love to hear about your experiences. Which exercises have made the biggest impact on your life? How have they helped you navigate challenges or find greater clarity? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights might inspire someone else on their journey. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Remember, the journey to inner peace is ongoing and every step you take matters. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Stoicism, and here's to living a life of wisdom, courage, and peace.